What's up guys, my name is Stoody. I'd like to welcome you all back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be doing my AFL semi-final tips for the 2024 AFL season. Now before we get into this week's tips, let's go ahead and see how I went last week. So last week I got a perfect round. I got 4 out of 4 tips correct, which now moves me up to 168 correct tips for the season. So I also want to make mention that I tipped Port Adelaide to defeat Geelong, but that game does count as correct, as that game was clearly rigged. And I also tipped the Western Bulldogs to defeat Hawthorn. That tips also counts due to match fixing. That game was clearly rigged. There's no way Hawthorn would ever be able to beat the Western Bulldogs legitly. Also, the Western Bulldogs would rob the home ground advantage. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this week's tips. Also, I apologise if a dog is running around in this video, or if you hear any barking. There's a new dog in the house. Well, you guys have seen the dog before, but she just doesn't leave me alone. And if I close the door, she'll just sit at the door and bark, bark, bark. So I have to have the door open. She farted in here before, and I swear to God, if she shits in here, I'm going to lose it. It's only our second day here, and she doesn't want to smack early. It's for certain. But yeah, let's start off with the tips. So on Friday night, we have Port Adelaide taking on Hawthorn at the Adelaide Oval. Now, these matchups this week are a joke. Like, you've got a clear finals caliber team versus a clear, out of the 8 caliber team, 100%. So this tip is by far the easiest tip in finals history. I'm obviously tipping Port Adelaide in this one by 153 points. So this could be like a record-breaking final. Hawthorn are a garbage team. Name one good player on their team. Like, name one player that you can consider a superstar. You can't. That's how garbage they are. Like, their list is full of nobodies, full of average players, or busts, or spuds like Mabia Chol, those kinds of blokes. Like, their list is terrible. But then you look at Port Adelaide and you see they have a very talented list. They've got a superstar cover player in Zach Butters, some other really good players as well on their list. That there's at least like 6 or 7 players. Like, Port's best 6 or 7 players is better than Hawthorn's best player, 100%. So Port will be pissed off after getting robbed big time last week, and they'll be willing to bounce back in a big way. So Port to absolutely anal rape Hawthorn at the Adelaide Oval, and since it's on a Friday night, I can't watch it, of course. Bullshit fixturing. And the next game is a Saturday night, which I probably won't be able to stay awake for, because, when you start work early, it's very hard to stay awake later than 8:30. Believe me. I couldn't even watch the Brisbane Carlton game last week because I was just too fucking tired. I only got to watch Sydney and GWS. It's the only game I was able to watch due to work and all that sort of thing. Look who else is here. Creed. Mocha jumping on me now, mid-video, and don't lick the mic. Okay. Just don't lick the mic. Jesus Christ. Alright, so I'll try and do this video while I'm getting annoyed by both dogs now. Well, Creed's alright. I don't know if you guys can see Creed. Probably can, but he's a good boy, just sitting down next to me. Yeah, we have the GWS Giants taking on Brisbane at, is it Giant Stadium? Or NG Stadium, whatever it's called these days. I'm going to be giving the GWS Giants in this one by 57 points. GWS, they probably should have beat Sydney, but a very good comeback from Sydney to get over the line. I really do hope it's a Sydney GWS grand final. That's the only combination that can happen. That won't be like a full-on feral grand final. I think Port would have to verse Sydney next week. So, yeah, I'm fine with Port being in the grand final, but they're the only 3 teams I'm fine with winning a flag. If either of the other teams were to win a flag, I would leave the AFL community. But it doesn't matter because I already am leaving the AFL community anyway. And especially since I've got a very busy 6 months ahead, I won't have a lot of time to make videos anyway. But anyway, GDS should be able to easily account for Brisbane. Brisbane are way out of their league here. So Brisbane, they could only just beat Carlton. Well, they led 60-0 and they only just beat them by like 20-something points. Like, I turned it off when they led 60-0. I wasn't watching that. Yeah, the fact that Brisbane choked a 60-0 start and they could hardly beat a depleted Carlton team, that pretty much shows that they're not finals material. I've been saying that all year, that they're not finals material. The only reason they made finals was because the umpires protected them big time and helped them make the finals. That's why they're in the finals. And, you know, the only way Brisbane or Hawthorn could win this week is due to match fixing. So if either of those two results happen, it's an absolute disaster and a disgrace for the AFL. I'll throw up if either of those results happen. And I'll throw up if the grand final's full of feral teams, you know. There's 3 extreme feral teams remaining: Brisbane, Geelong and Hawthorn. We need to make sure neither of those teams win the flag if I'm any chance of ever coming back into the AFL community, if I change my mind next year. But yeah, the Giants should be too strong, too good for Brisbane at home. And yeah, it's going to be a pretty boring semi-finals, but hopefully see a couple of floggings, which should be pretty entertaining to see Hawthorn and Brisbane get anal raped. I'll be laughing my ass off, that's for certain. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment like this. Be sure to become a channel member. Just click the join button next to my name. Also, be sure to subscribe to my premium member, King Goals of Nick. Link to his channels in the description. Also, be sure to subscribe to my other YouTube channels. Be sure to subscribe to my podcast channel, King Snacks of Stoody. Also, be sure to subscribe to my second YouTube channel, Stoody Archives. Links to both of those will be in the description. Also, be sure to join my Discord server, East Coast Australian Sports Community. Link to that is in the description. Also, be sure to follow me on my other social media accounts. I have Twitter and I also have TikTok. The username for all those is StoodyYT. Links to all those will also be in the description. I hope you had a good day, and I'll see you all in the next video.